All right, Jeremy, how do you feel about the round today?
Well, it wasn't everything I'd hoped for. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure coming in with this being not only an inaugural event, but just really the biggest event in amputee golf history. But the course was great, and once I can figure out how to putt the correct way, I'm looking forward to getting back out there tomorrow and kind of learning from the mistakes that I made.
Absolutely. Can you tell me a little bit about the putting challenges?
Sure. Yeah. I'm used to the fast greens. Different kind of grass, and just the added pressure always makes it, a little more fun. But like I said, I put myself in a position to score, and I'm looking forward to actually pulling it off.
Absolutely. How do you prep for a tournament like this? Like, what's your training?
Yeah, I'm definitely a range rat. I love, especially going out after work and just beating the rock pile for an hour or two. Just throw some headphones in, and just once I get here, and the session is basically putt, head to the range, work my way up from wedge to driver, go chip for a little bit and putt, and go back to the first tee. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you get out to that tee, do you have like a routine? Are you superstitious at all?
No, not too superstitious. I definitely like to play fast. Once the peg's in the ground, I'm just ready to hit. I don't like doing a lot of second guessing. I make pretty fast decisions out there, and just got to learn to live with it at that point.
Absolutely. I was noticing I was having a tough time keeping up with you on the on the green over there. I missed your first couple of shots because I was just setting.
I'm sure that was a good thing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But you were hitting those pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
So how about for tomorrow? What adjustments do you feel like you're going to be making?
Definitely just going to take my time on the putting green. The good thing is that I can at least take with me is I did play the last 2 holes 1 under, so it's only a 2-hole sampling. But hopefully we figured something out when it comes to confidence in the putting stroke. Obviously, with putting, as much as anything, it's once the ball starts rolling one way, it's hard to get it to change direction. So.
Absolutely. So let's talk about how'd you get into golf in the first place?
Sure. Yeah. So really, I started with golf in the first place. My dad would take me out with his work league that he'd play 9 holes during the week, and just kind of fell in love with it that way. I played basically every sport imaginable growing up, mainly, baseball, basketball, and golf. And once I got to the latter part of high school years, I really decided to focus on golf and take it seriously. And that was when I was able to commit to it. I would go to a simulator throughout the winter. Living in Pennsylvania, obviously, there's half the year you're not really out on the course, but being able to kind of work through some stuff, go through a swing change in the off season, and then come out, what would be my senior year of high school, and really actually, put some good scores together and get that handicap down in the single digits.
Absolutely, and obviously that's paying big dividends with you at the Open here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a tremendous honor to be chosen to something like this, and then once you show up and you just see everything they've got here between the tents and the facilities. Obviously, we're at Pinehurst, a name that is recognized in the golf world all over. But then the volunteers and how eager everybody is to just kind of watch and listen and learn people's stories. It's surreal to be a part of, and it's truly an honor.
Absolutely. Let's talk about your story a little bit, like getting into adaptive golf. Were there challenges that you ran into at local courses? Or?
Yeah, I honestly, when I first got into golf, I was not aware adaptive golf was a thing. I was just out here playing golf, and then it was the local pro at my course that had said, have you ever heard an organization called the EAGA, which is still run by Bob Buck? And it's the Eastern Amputee Golf Association. Of course, I hadn't, and it just so happened they had a tournament coming up in Carlisle, which is about 2 hours away from me, in a few weeks. So I went down there, and I had pretty good success early on with the EAGA stuff, and kept up with it through high school and college, and then of course after college when you're trying to figure out job, life, and career and everything, I got away from it for a while, but I came back to it pretty regularly about 5 or so years ago. Played at a couple nationals. This is obviously the biggest tournament yet, but just steadily growing and seeing all these guys learning their individual stories. I think I have an interesting story as a single BK on my left leg, and I get out here and I'm like, I am one of the least handicapped people that are out here, and yet we're all out here competing, trying to win, grinding out here in the 90 degree heat index. but we're all here for the same reason, which is cool.
Absolutely. So with that reason in mind, what would you say to like a young adaptive golfer who's up and coming and wants to compete here someday?
Yeah, the biggest thing I would say, and it's something that I've learned over the years, is you can read all the golf magazines and watch all the videos on YouTube, and they're going to tell you to do this or that thing, and chances are that probably is good advice. But if you've got something, whether it's arm, leg, physical limitation, don't be afraid to go out there and play around with what works. If you need to play a cut and the instructor online saying here's how you hit a draw, but if you're just not able to do that or you're not comfortable doing it, play the cut until you are. There's no reason to do something that makes you uncomfortable, especially if you're having good success with it. There's a popular saying that the little boxes on the scorecard don't leave room for pictures. It's just a number you put in there. So however you go about shooting the score you got, that's your swing, and just take the time to figure it out for yourself.
I like that. So to each their own. How about the group you played with today? Speaking of to each their own.
Yeah.
How was everyone?
It was good. It was played with a guy I know pretty well, Tim. He's actually staying with me and a couple other guys there this week, and we were competitive. It was a pillow fight, but we were competitive. I think we were within one shot of each other. Met Ryan here today. She, I believe I saw on the leaderboard, she's like in second place, I believe, for the women. She was incredible. She's a machine with the drive, hits it right down the middle every time. And then the other gentleman I played with, Connor, he was great as well. He's from Ireland. He's got to be like 6'4", and he actually walked out here today, which is obviously impressive in its own right. And man, he can really move it. So I think we all shot about the same on the front nine. Then he was able to put together a pretty good back nine, which was fun to watch.
Absolutely. And then finally, let's talk about what's important to you in your personal life, like career, family. What drives you?
Yeah, it's definitely the family. My wife and I have 3 kids. They're in Virginia right now. She went down to her mom's house, and I'm sure that they're probably going to watch this interview. I'm sure they've been following online today, and I'm really looking forward to giving her a call. Once everything's wrapped up, and just kind of catch up with the family and see them at the end of the week.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for your time, and I will see you tomorrow and get some more shots.
Thank you. Appreciate it.